Hi guys, welcome to the Resonator. So these have been curing for 24 hours and the next stage I think is to put a black backing on them. So I can see a couple of these have spread, a couple of them haven't spread as much as I would like, but there's no real way of knowing until we look at them on the other side, which will be after this black layer is cured. So I've already mixed my clear resin and I can't decide whether I want to make it solid black or see-through black. I think we'll go with see-through first, because if I don't like it I can always add a little bit of mica powder. So the first thing I'm going to do is open my black alcohol ink, and I'm going to start off with two drops of that. Let's give that a mix. I am going to add some glitter to this as well, I think. Give it a good mix, scrape around the side of your mixing cup. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a couple more drops because right now it's more like a smoky grey. I don't think black, but you know, a little bit darker than grey. So as always, you need to remember when working with resin, it is an industrial chemical, so you need to be wearing appropriate PPE. As you can see, I always wear gloves, but also I wear a mask, a respirator and an apron. Everything that I use, I put links in the description. Just make sure you're being safe, guys, because some people can have rather unpleasant reactions to resin. Still not dark enough for me, so I'm going to add two more. And while that's mixing, right, so let's go with a little bit of black glitter to start with. I'm not going to add too much because I want to add a couple of different colours. Pretty sure I opened that upside down. So let's try opening this one the other way. Yeah, I did open the other one upside down. So we're going to go with a little bit of orange. Not sure how well the orange will show up, to be fair, but we'll see. And before I add any more, I'm going to give that a mix. It's actually quite hard to see that orange, so I'm going to pop a little bit more in. I don't think I'm going to add any more glitter in those, actually. I think that's glittery enough, so scrape around the edges, scrape off my stick, and now I'm just going to add just in the centre and let it run. I may have made too much, but I'd rather make a little bit too much and have to pop some in a in a little mould, rather than not having to make up enough. So I'm just going to use one of my tools to push that out a little bit. And make sure it goes right up to the edges. It will self-level, and I am going to add a little bit more to all of these as well. I don't know if you can hear that whirring in the background, but I do have my little fan heater on because it's not very warm in the UK today. And I don't want my resin to go too tacky too quick. This is quite difficult on this really unlevel surface, so I'm just going to do what I can, and then when I move them into the other room, which is why they're on this board, when I move them into the other room to cure, they'll be flatter, and then they'll level out a little bit. So I think I've gone right up to the edges. So I'm just going to add a little bit more on a couple of these. I'm going to just give them a quick going over with my lighter to make sure there's no micro bubbles, because although they possibly wouldn't show through from the other side because of the glitter, I don't want to chance that. So I'm just going to run my lighter over very carefully, not too close to the mould. I did notice that this one hasn't gone right up to the edges, so let's just manipulate that a little bit. There we go. So these will go back into the other room to be cured for another 24 hours, and I'll be back for the demould. These have been curing for 24 hours now, and I can already see that they haven't really bloomed, but I still kind of like them. So let's have a look. Let's do it. I'm going to try not to look at them as we go. They come out nice and easy because they're not very deep moulds. There we go. So let's see what we've got. Oh, now that one's bloomed a little bit. Not as much as I would have liked, but it has bloomed a little bit. But I do really like the colours. Not sure whether it shows up any better on black. But I definitely didn't give the centre enough of a stir, but I like the pattern, and I like the colours. So I'm going to go with this one next, because I can see that this one hasn't bloomed very much either. So let's go with this one. Yeah, no, that one hasn't bloomed very well either. Again, I didn't stir to the middle, but I still think it's quite pretty. I can see no bubbles in the resin, which I'm really pleased at. So I'm going to go with this one next. Oh, that one's bloomed much better. Oh, a little bit of blobbing at the end there, but nice 3D effect. You can see the shimmer where it's bloomed a little bit. Not sure whether you can see that or not from there, but it was just starting to bloom there, so it was either my temperature or my timing that was a little bit off. I can see this one's bloomed a bit better, so I'm quite hopeful for this one. Oh yeah, that's much better. It's bloomed a lot more around here. So not altogether disappointed. I do still really like them, but I've learned a few things. Definitely stir your centres a little bit more, and probably maybe come out a little bit more. Yeah, if you've got any tips on how to do this, because I know there's a lot of factors in play with doing blooms. I actually really love this one. I like them all, but I love this one. Yeah, any tips, feel free to leave me a comment. Thanks for your support. Hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.